Welcome to another Cold Hunt draft. Now, they updated the draft format per se. They had a balancing patch and they changed up the draft pack. So there's actually going to be several differences with how the draft setup goes and the different cards we're going to see. So first off, they added Knight mechanic cards into the draft format. Now, I don't see any of this pack, but I'll bring it up when we do see it. So that'll be new to not only the draft packs, but when the games happen. Second to that is they changed the order of the pack. So before it was Cold Hunt, Eternal Draft Pack, Cold Hunt. So you would kind of settle into where you thought you might go in the Cold Hunt packs, pick up the inscribed cards, etc., and then kind of go from there. That's not going to be the case anymore, because you're going to start off with a more generic, per se, draft pack. So we'll see how that affects the games going forward here. So what do we got here? A rare in this pack, it's basically a stinker here. Sure, it can transform their unit into something else and kind of silence it, per se, but ideally, right, you're using this on a big unit, so you're just going to turn their big unit into another big unit. So it doesn't really do too much there. No removal. The units aren't like that strong. I guess like Thunderhoof Warrior is like like just the best decent creature. Wow, I literally said there's no cards in with Nightfall, and here it is. So if you read here, Nightfall, the first Nightfall card played in a turn makes it night, and it extends it a turn for each player. And essentially at night, when you start a turn at night, you draw a card and you take 1 damage. So it's symmetrical card draw. It does deal 1 damage to each person, so it is more, you benefit more from it as an aggressive player. Because what that's doing, right, Nightfall's dealing 1 damage to each of you. If you're aggressive, you don't care if you're taking damage, as long as you kill your opponent. Second to that, you break the symmetry of both of you drawing a card if you're able to use all of your cards to kill them quickly before they can use the extra cards they drew, if that kind of makes sense. I wonder if that's good enough given the new synergies in the draft pack. I don't know, since this is my first draft and I haven't seen anybody else do one. Now, Finest Hour, it's just generically powerful, and I think I might just pick up that. Let's go with it. Okay, let's see. What are we looking at here? Cards of interest. Obviously, Silence is decent, and this has the benefit of if you're playing against a certain faction of units, it kills it. Solid weapon payoff. It's just a solid 4 cost 3/3. Noble's Enforcer, good dual faction card. Gnashing Displacer, good if you're primal. So this pack has a lot of good things to offer. Nothing strikes me as like absolutely irreplaceable, though. They're all kind of like middling creatures. Like, it's a decent 4-drop, decent 5-drop, decent 5-drop. Tandem Shield Bearer is definitely an outperformer for me. It always plays better than I think it looks. So this is kind of a tough one. Nothing's pulling me into a specific direction. So I think that's pretty solid given you have Star-Kissed Wings, you have the Ruin Sword, and the Shiftstone Sniper all in the Cold Hunt pack. So we'll take a Weapon Matters card. Okay. Let's see, what else we got here? Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a pretty easy pack for us. Queen's Elite's pretty solid as a dual faction card, and we are somewhat touching the factions. Disassembler's a fine 2-drop, and Predator's Instinct is a good narrow or situational removal spell for time. That being said, I mean, this synergizes perfectly with the one unit we picked up. It's just a solid weapon on its own. I'm happy to take that up. Geez, another weapon here. I wonder if they balance the levels of the different cards they included too. We see another Nightfall card here. Really strong 6-drop there in time, but I feel like we're starting to see more primal stuff, and Gnashing Displacer has been really good for me. This is also just a really solid weapon. We still don't know where we're going to land yet, so we'll take up the short barrel and then start looking at what we're seeing here. So, couple decent primal and time. So these appear to be the factions that are pretty open here. Now, that's a pretty strong card. It buffs your 2 of your units by +1/+1 and triggers the Nightfall. I might be into that. Also, Bold Adventure is just a really good 2-drop. Last Light Infusion, just pretty dang good. So we'll take it here. Okay, yeah, we'll take the Apprentice Mage. I like this maximum power boost a little bit more than the Soldier. We already have a couple weapons that are going to be buffing our power, so we just want to make sure we can actually play our spells. Okay, nothing really here for us. I mean, this just isn't good enough to waste a whole card and 4 power for. And Sandstorm's really situational time card. So at this point, we're going to take the Primal Nightfall card. Oh boy. I mean, we get a pretty late Shiver, which is just okay removal. Wow, this took a surprising turn. Yeti Pig. Yeah, I guess we'll just take all the Nightfall stuff. Okay, at this point, I would rather have the Wild Rider over the Cyber Hyena, given Cyber Hyena is just not fantastic. Wow, so last pick Seek Power? What? This just... Who wouldn't want to have picked this? Okay, that's incredibly strange to me. Okay, really good rare here. Let's see, Searing Fist, 2 good Argentport cards, an Unseen Marksman, and Stolen Augmentation. Cloudline Shaman, Inseparable. Oh my god, this pack is busted. Okay, so we have the most Primal and the most Justice cards, with a hint of time. Feel like we're cooking. So that makes me lean towards taking a Primal card here. We could take Cloudline Shaman. Man, that feels bad. We could have had a couple Gnashing Displacers. But yeah, I think Cloudline Shaman's probably just the best. Jeez, that's brutal. Yeah, we'll take the Cloudline Shaman there. Okay, and now a million Shadow cards. I mean, there's a Scale Hide if we just wanted to stick to Primal. Wow, this, I don't know what people are taking in the packs to us. It's like they're taking random things. I really don't want to get in a Shadow. I mean, we're early enough in it that we could, but the fact that Kickflip Monk's in here and it's a really solid 2-drop, I think I just want to lean into that. If we keep seeing Shadow, sure. Okay, so a few good things here. Stormblast, amazing removal, or a negate spell for Primal. Trick Throw, I mean, I would rather have Stormblast than Trick Throw, just because it kills more units, essentially. Shiftstone Sniper works with our weapon sub-theme, I guess you could say, and it sticks in Justice. Dive Bomber goes with our Justice and Time things, even though we just first picked, or pack 2 pick 1, picked a really good uncommon there. We got Ruin Binder and Indifference. I mean, I kind of just like going straight into the Stormblast. You just keep on choosing the strongest card in the pack. Man, Pull from Duty, another fantastic. Just invoke on any of these cards, I'm telling you. I mean, you guys probably know this. It's just, any card with invoke is good. It just, the fact that it replaces itself, and not only that, it's better in a lot of ways than draw a card, because you get to choose from 3 and pick the card that you need the most. That being said, we'll most likely need to splash it, which might just be okay. And so it's either this, potentially just the splash, or Snow Peak Eagle. Man, this took a very odd turn. But I think we'll take Pull from Duty. I would love to know what people are passing. It's like, it's tough in these drafts to navigate because I'm getting incredibly mixed signals. We see no good Justice, and then we get Defend the Treasury and Diminish in this pack. Then a bunch of Shadow stuff, the Sarasaur. I mean, I'm just going to keep picking the best thing in the pack, and even though this card burned me in the last draft, it's still just so cheap, fast spell speed, that it's a really good removal still. Okay. So here we just take the Ruin Sword. It's the only thing for us. Shadow and Fire have been the only factions we haven't been touching. Inseparable is still in the pack. Oh my god. I think we can find decent enough 4-drop, so we'll take the Inscribe card here. Oh my god. Somebody is going to have a sicko Shadow deck, and I'm probably going to end up facing them. There's a Thudrux Ruse here, though. I'll take the solid removal. Caldera Captain's still in here? Oh my god. But we'll take the Hypnotic Spectre. Wisps, especially since I still don't know where our factions are going to go. I don't want something that's double faction. I mean, we'll take the Wisps, but probably not going to play it. Wow, I'm happy to get a star pick. Cabal Embezzler last pack. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Okay, I guess we figured this out. I mean, we're smashing that, and that pretty much tells us where we're going to go. Another Cloudline Shaman in here. Outside of this card, cards I would be looking at would probably just be Cloudline Shaman. Volunteer Corps would also, we're hoping we can see one of those to help us with our influence requirements, but we're going to slam that. Okay, straight into Field Medic. This pack's gross. I would actually probably just take this pack and say, screw it for the rest of pack 3. Curfew Patrol, Last Light Refugee, the Spellhammer, and this rare. Oh, man. It's funny, I mean, realistically, as a unit, Field Medic's still pretty dang good. I was gonna say that potentially this common or uncommon might be even better, but we're going to take the rare. It's still super strong card. Okay, we aren't touching fire. I think we're going to stay away from that. So I'm down to take a Svetya's Decree. Another thing with Inscribe. And it's kind of looking like maybe we'll have a light Primal Splash. Maybe not even. Okay, so a couple more Inscribe cards. But once again, Defend the Treasury. Even though it's going to end up burning me in the draft, still solid enough removal that we're going to want to pick that up. How's our unit curve doing? A couple 2s, couple 3s, couple 4s, couple 5s. So pretty even. So I'm looking between the 2 time cards just to... We have a crap ton of spells, not very many units here. I'm gonna preemptively put Gilded Glaive in our card pool just because it is double justice influence, so that might be tough to swing. Depending what our final deck looks like here. Kind of take out some of the cards. There's just a Thudrux Ruse, but once again, we just have... Primal might be our splash, so let's just take the 2-drop here. Okay, sweet. Oh, wow. Well, that's fine. Another Shiftstone Sniper, Kasul Envoy. I'm interested in all of these cards, really. But we're going to take a Warrior Monk here. Just a great 6-drop. Okay, only things... I can't believe. Man, somebody... the most busted Shadow deck ever. If I just 2020 hindsight knew when I was like, I'm gonna ignore these Shadow cards. But we'll take the Inscribe card. Okay, a really good 2-drop or solid 4-drop. I do really like making sure the +1 maximum power just ends up always paying off. It's flying, it doesn't defend well, but I do kind of like that for us. Yeah, we'll take that over the 3-2. Okay, sure, I'll take another Inscribed card, even if it is on the weaker side. Sure, well, I don't know. We'll have to see how much we can gain life. Okay, Find the Moment. This late, I'll take that. I've seen this card so much on the other side of the battlefield. It's weird. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about the Fire Shadow deck that we've passed. Okay, a lot of interesting stuff here, but I mean, we're just going to take the Awakened Student and be happy about that. We just get all the double faction cards. Combray Healers, I mean, nothing to sneeze at. Nothing here's amazing. Dispel is really good, but just a card in our faction. We could use some 3-drops. Oh man, that's shitty. We probably won't end up being able to play that Cloudline Shaman. With more health and power from your deck. That's probably just fine. How many things do we have that's more power, or more health than power? Oh wow, maybe nothing amazing. Oh, hello. Yeah, I guess we don't have a lot. This is not remotely close to what I was expecting we were going to be playing. But yeah, we'll take the Horn, probably not play it. It's the draft artwork. Wow, that's a pretty savage rare. But we have a Mithril Axe here. And we are going to end up struggling on playables, it's going to look like. Let's see, 13 units, 17, 27. And Mithril Axe is on the good end of removal. Yeah, so we'll go with the Axe here. Nothing I'm happy about. I guess the egg. I just don't think we're so aggressive that discarding cards to stun enemy units is where we want to be. Borderlands Lookout. It's been a solid 1 cost 2/3 most of the time. Just another short barrel. I like getting the aggressive unit in here. A Sentinel we probably won't end up playing. Okay, 3 cost 3/3 Overwhelm, sure. Dark Bolt. Let's see, we have a lot of spells. I like just hammering away on our units. Envelop is fine. Okay, this is not remotely close to what I was expecting our deck would look like. Let's add power here. Okay, there's 15 because we have a solid amount of Inscribe. So let's see, what were some of the stinkers that made it? So let's take out this 0-4. We're definitely more of a low curve aggressive deck, and we aren't gaining too much health, so maybe one of the 3s here. Okay. I'm curious, what do you guys think is better here? They're very similar, right? They're very defensive. This is either, like, you want this guy if you don't have enough sigils and it counts as a sigil, or you get to play it. This guy will usually be the unit on the board and get you the sigil you need. So it kind of plays both roles. The only issue is if you need to play it and immediately defend with it, your opponent can just pop the stealth. I think I like this guy slightly better just because your opponent tends to play different when it's a stealth unit. If they burn a breach the defenses or a char on this thing, it just feels so good. So okay, we have slightly more time than Justice, but what did we say? We had 3 and... oh wait, we have 3 and 3 essentially. But we're more likely to want to use the time guys as Inscribe. Okay. Game 1. This is not how I like to start. So we have one thing with Inscribe. That gives us 2 Justice. We still don't have anything to play. Just definitely redraw. A fast spell, well, we have 2 spells that require units and something that gets more sigils. No, I don't think so. I apologize, opponent. I am trying to make a video, so I'm talking through my decisions. Ooh, they're going to be really unhappy with my turn 1.
Trouble on the horizon.
So we have a clean block on this, and he can't even do anything his turn 2. Although, most likely neither will we. Yeah, so we'll probably end up just inscribing the wings here, passing the turn so we can defend. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure we hit our turn 4 on time here. Sweet. I'm fine with that. I guess I'm not fine with that, but that didn't really do anything crazy. Okay.
this your plan?
Nothing really to say, right? We have one unit we can play to grow our board, so... Oh, please burn the contract. Nice. We weren't even going to attack with it. Okay. So I think we are going to save the short barrel for our legendary here, so we'll just pass the turn. It doesn't really do anything to put it on a damn 1/4, so... Noticeably, I feel like our opponent had a... What do you call it? A stop there. So if we contract 2, will we still... Gain 3 armor, play a spell that costs 3 or less. Which is only this, and the only things we can kill are... nothing. They're all odd. So yeah. We'll play the legendary
The second step,
and pass.
implementation.
Why does she sound like a old woman in that voice line? And it's very clearly not in the artwork. So this is definitely not where we want to be, right? We're a deck of like 2 and 3 drops in our opponent, and we're kind of stalling out here. If our opponent just goes and kills our... Okay, that's pretty good. But what we can do is play the weaponsmith, and when he goes into attack, we get to bounce back the one that's freezing her.
The forge warms my horns.
Warms my horns, huh? Yeah, so we'll just bounce that back, force him to waste his turn to replay it. Not like a huge play for us, but that does give us a lot of tempo here. Perfect, that's fine. Hopefully we can just win this race against our opponent, really. Oh boy, that's really good for you. 2 cards to pop Aegis, huh? Give 2 of your units +1/+1. So probably just our Aegis, the Aegis guy, and the Sentinel. Yeah, so we can just attack, and then the buff we give to the Sentinel, he'll be able to block the 4/4. Okay, we'll give it to him. Give it to the Sentinel. Kind of unfortunate. Like, not really where we want to be here. Oh, this is just like totally game now. Okay. Yeah. Our opponent brutalized us there. 2 snowballs, that's game. Our opponent did not play 1 even cost unit. Game 2, we are 0-1 after a rough loss. Wow, our hands have also not been great. Sure, we even played our legendary, but like I said right in the draft, our legendary's really good, but it's nothing. You don't automatically win the turn or several turns after you play it.
Oh, you wish to spar?
Whatever I switch my card back to, our opponents always seem to have it.
Just punishment.
What's this rare? I can't play the card what you have. Okay, and now we can't play the legendary, so that's...
Hiya.
This is going to be the worst performing legendary in any of my drafts.
No problem.
Really? Okay, fine with that. Give me a time sigil. Nice. That seems like a pretty bad trade.
Trouble on the horizon.
Well, isn't that sketchy? Our opponent traded their combat trick for a... I could return it to his hand. They just get to draw another Tinker, and we get to keep the 1/4. I guess that's fine value.
Sound the alarm.
Hiya.
So my thought process there, I wanted to... The only thing I was okay trading with was Kickflip Monk. But that silence there is really good for him. Okay, we're starting to just draw a dead here. Yeah, man, this deck just didn't get there. We're playing a bunch of dorky units, like no synergy, just no real payoffs for anything. Like, we have to hope we get an aggressive draw, but that just doesn't tend to happen in these drafts. Unless you're red-based. So I guess we just need to silence that stupid 1/1. Man, that feels like a waste. But we're never gonna kill it otherwise.
The mountain.
Man, we are just totally dead. This guy's deck's great. Kill an enemy attachment. So we can't even use that.
The second step, implementation.
But if we do use Dismantle here, we can potentially Svetya's Decree next turn. I guess let's see what we draw. We can just use this as a sigil if they don't play anything. We can draw 4. Yeah, that seems great. The only way we get burned is if we draw a sigil here. Yeah, I guess I should have burned it as a sigil anyways. So if we use this for a sigil, play this, we'll only draw 2 cards. 5 cost, draw 2. That seems pretty mediocre.
I don't miss.
Yeah, I guess we just aren't gonna get there, huh? I don't really want to activate this unless we're drawing like 3 cards, but that was probably just greedy. I probably should have burned it to just 5 cost, draw 2. It's just really not great. Okay, this lets us trade with his 4/3 flyer. Sure. Like, okay, at this point we can burn that for a sigil and then use Svetya's Decree. Okay, that's good. Oh boy. Okay, we go for a block there. Block there. And then what about a block here? Are we just dead? 10, 15? That does kill us. So chump there. That's... we're almost dead. Yeah, looks like that's that. The only thing we could do is trade our high mage, but that's just recipe for disaster. We need a very good draw here. Everything has ages. Wow. Let's see if we can fight out for at least the 3 wins. Damn, we don't want to get demolished and only be facing like gold and above. Okay. Sure. So at this point, we'll use, it costs 7, it's going to be so many turns till we'd actually play that, so we'll inscribe it.
I'll get it running. No problem.
Opponent's going deep in the tank here. Our turn's going to be fairly simple, right? We have 2/2 drops, but one of them has the contract that we would prefer to use to get the most value from our cards. So that means we just use
You
kickflip.
wish to spar?
Oh boy, it's going to be hard to beat with a bunch of mediocre 2 and 3 drop units. So we'll play the unit that will give us the sigil. That way we can still hit our power drops each turn. Oh boy. Okay, they inscribe something. Time sigil. Nice.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, okay. Just buff the healer. I think Alessi's gonna get strong enough on her own without us needing to do anything crazy. Let's see. We'll just keep drawing the keep growing the 2/5. Man, if our opponent has overthrow here, we're gonna be so upset. They could have disarm or caloric mix. I'd rather have them use it on that. Yeah, sure. They drew their third faction. Okay. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I don't know how we win this.
Sound the alarm.
God. 2 cost 5/4, no big deal. Do we just kill their 5/4? Not yet. Okay, we do another sigil here. And I think we can play this. Once again, I'm mostly using our contract just because we need to extract as much value as we can from our units, since our deck is inherently less strong. So if we're just playing a 6 cost 2/4 flyer, it's not going to go super well for us. So we'll attack with the Elder here. If they have another caloric mix, we get to kind of own him with Find the Moment. We'll play the Saddled Ceratosaur and give our Student Killer ahead of time. I should have been saving sigils specifically for him. Our deck's just not... It's not good at being aggressive, and it's not good at the long game. We just have a bunch of dirtily units that don't really do anything.
5 minutes later.
So he's attacking for 6. I mean, life's a resource.
Drive them back.
I don't know why our opponent's roping here, given how, like, far ahead he is. Okay, at this point, I think we can attack with these two. If he has caloric mix, we're just gonna burn Find the Moment. Yeah. So it's gonna deal 6, and this will give +5/+5. Yeah. Oh wait, him blocking with the 2/2 still kills it. I didn't notice if he already declared his blocks yet. Yeah, that was awfully played on my part. Okay.
The forge warms
Yeah,
my
just player
bones.
unit pass. Hope he maybe uses something on Tower Lookout to save it. Is this other units invulnerable to damage? Okay, so never mind. I can't even get him with a multi-block and hope he uses a fast spell. Damn, our opponent's got more stuff. So we've already done everything we could. We've used, like, our removal, all of our good dual faction stuff, our legendary is turned into the stupid frog. I guess we do still have this guy, but... Do you have another disarm or caloric mix? Oh, Jesus. Wait a minute. We are getting... suspiciously close to winning here, actually. Don't play a unit. Damn it.
This should help with the pain.
Yeah, let's gain 7 here. We need this draw to be frickin' good. Our opponent has more fast spell. Yeah, we just... Our deck is weak. Our draw has been weak. And our draw has been average, but it's a weak deck. And our opponent's just... Their deck is amazing and their draws have been gas. There you go. Let's see. He attacks us for 10 next turn. Is there any combination of cards from the top of our deck? Starkiss Wings on the 3/3. Maybe.
Take it to the skies.
Our opponent still got more gas in hand. There was a pause.
That's your plan?
If we had Envelop, that could save us. Wow. Well, there you have it. That was potentially... I think that was just my worst draft I have ever done, period. I don't think I played particularly well. The big thing, I don't think I drafted well. Shadow was open, and it was a very hard seat to maneuver, right? Like, I saw some Shadow, but I was already being pulled into 3 different directions between Primal, Justice, and Time. So it was kind of difficult to jump ship when you were already spread thin between a certain amount of factions. But I think the right play, given how the draft ended up, was to slip in a Shadow and potentially have one of the other factions be the main. I don't cherry pick my videos, right? I'm just gonna end up posting this one, but I think it's important to not just be like, oh, bad draft, whatever. Like, really think about, okay, well, why did this happen? Did I really get unlucky, or was I lacking in certain areas? And I'm pretty sure I misevaluated the draft. A tough seat to draft, I'm going to give myself that break, but I still don't believe I drafted that tough seat well. I hope you guys learned from that. I'm sorry these are kind of boring, but it happens to all of us. I just got off, like, I'm on this ridiculous winning streak on my Magic drafts, and I hop into this 0-3. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at in any of the games. This can happen to any of us, and I think it's important to show that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope I'll catch you on the channel for more Eternal Draft content where we go way better than 0-3 most of the time. I'll catch you there. Peace.